Chapter 32. Wendy's birthday is Saturday, and Pie still hasn't found a home. His blog has 17 comments, all different ways of saying poor puppy. I don't want to go to the party. I want to go back to Pet Hut, but Nana knows about the sleepover and how excited Wendy is, and she won't let me skip. Wendy invited every girl in our homeroom class to her celebration at the water park, and 9 said yes, including Wendy. Nana takes me to Target to buy a new bathing suit for the occasion. It isn't the right season for swimming, but we find a pretty one piece that is a size too big on a clearance rack. We buy it anyway. I can't find any water shoes on the shelves, so my old pair will have to do. We need to get Wendy a gift, Nana says, admiring a tie-dye craft kit, also on the clearance section. I'm making her gift. Oh, great. I hope so. Maybe only grandparents like homemade gifts. With so many girls going, Miss Sitten takes 5 in her SUV and Maddie's mom drives the other 4. I can't believe I'll be spending 32 hours with Maddie. I text Levi from the car. Me. Let me know if Pie gets adopted. Levi. Don't get your hopes up. Hope is all I have. Me. You should adopt him. Levi. I can't. Me. Did you even ask your moms? Levi. 1,000 times. Me. Stop being inaccurate. Levi. I asked at least 5 times. Levi. I'll ask one more. Me, thanks. Levi, try not to drown. Levi, and try not to drown Maddie. We get to the water park at 1:58. The place is bigger than an airport. While Miss Sitten and Miss Thornton check us into the hotel, all the girls use their cell phones to take selfies and post them on the internet. Wendy makes sure I get in a few of the pictures. I try to smile as big as everyone else as I tap my toe 3 times. When can we go on the rides? Maddie asks. Miss Sitten hands out our bracelets and our tickets. Let's drop our stuff in the room first, then we can all change into swimsuits. Miss Sitten is talking about me. All the other girls wore their swimsuits under their clothes. I wish someone had told me to layer up. We shove into the elevator with our 17 bags. Even the elevator smells of chlorine and has a wet floor. Wendy smiles at me and squeezes my hand. She's so happy. I feel guilty for dreading every minute of this. The room, a suite, is huge. It's bigger than our apartment I live in. Someone has hung streamers and tied up balloons. I count 30 of them. Awesome, Daniela says, admiring a basket of snacks on the table. We're sleeping in here. Wendy points to a room that looks like an old log cabin. Everyone runs to pick a bed. I get there last, and Maddie has already taken the bunk with Wendy. For someone who usually can't stand breathing the same air as Wendy and me, Maddie suddenly can't get close enough to Wendy. Are you okay with the cot? Wendy asks. A rollaway sits in the middle of the room. It's fine. I lie. I want the one of the cool bunk beds. They look like canoes and each has a TV mounted on the swivel arm. But it's not my birthday. This is all for Wendy. I don't carry my Clorox wipes down to the water park. I tell myself that the chlorine in the water will be enough to kill the germs. We show the employee at the door our wristbands as we go inside. Girls, Miss Sitten has to yell to talk over us. The sound of rushing water. We need to find a central spot, and then we'll go over the rules. Maddie's mom points to some free lounge chairs. We throw our towels and beach bags down. The other girls kick off their flip-flops. I keep my too tight water shoes on. This place is so cool, Maddie says. She looks different when she's happy and not scowling at me. Madison, her mom says, will you please stand up straight? And she pats her own stomach. Maddie stops smiling. She pulls her shoulders back and sucks in her stomach. Mrs. Thornton gives her a little nod before turning to her to help Miss Sitten. Maddie doesn't move. I'm not even sure she's breathing. It's like all the excitement and happiness drained out of her in that moment of good posture. Then she catches me watching and gives me a death stare. What are you looking at? I don't answer. Instead, I focus on rebraiding my hair. We're going to use the buddy system, Miss Sitten says. No one goes off by themselves. Got it, girls? Immediately, everyone starts grabbing hands. This buddy system business is serious. Wendy gets pulled at from 2 directions, Maddie on her left and Daniela on her right. We're an odd number, Caitlin points out. We'll have one group of 3 girls, Miss Sitten says. We'll be We'll be the three, Maddie says. She takes Daniela's other hand, and suddenly they are a circle-like shape, but they don't have a true radius. This forces the other group of three, Jennifer, Jasmine, and Caitlin, to break up. Jennifer, why don't you buddy with Lucy? Miss Sitton suggests. Jennifer puffs out a loud breath and takes a step toward me. I put my hands behind my back, but she doesn't try to grab them anyway. We can switch partners in a few hours, Miss Sitton adds. We can be buddies later, Wendy says to me, okay? Then Miss Sitton tells us the other rules. No leaving the water park area. The arcade and ice cream shop are off limits. We need to check in every 30 minutes at this spot. No, none of us have watches, and I don't see a clock, so I don't know how she expects us to keep time. I'm tempted to count the seconds in my head. Stay with your buddy at all times, and have fun. What do you want to do? I try to ask Jennifer. Come on, she says, following the three toward the staircase. It rises 4 stories high, and it's crowded with people. What is this ride? I ask. They move too fast to answer me. We climb 20 steps and join the back of the line. I manage not to touch anything, especially the metal handlebar. I tap my toe 3 times. We move slowly up the steps. More people crush in behind us. There's hardly room to breathe. Jennifer and the 3 from the small huddle and I hang to the outside. This is the best ride, Maddie says. I rode it like 1,000 times when I was here over the summer. Not possible. Even with no line, I estimate it would take her at least 50 hours to ride it 1,000 times. I heard a 10-year-old was on it last week. It wasn't last week, Maddie says. It was over a year ago. And that wouldn't happen now. My stomach flips. I'm not afraid of heights or going fast. I don't think anyone actually got hurt on this ride. It's the used Band-Aids on the next step that makes me ill. This place is very unclean. It's disgusting. Are you okay? Wendy asked me. I force myself to nod and not throw up. I'm not going to ruin Wendy's birthday. Good, she says. I just want everyone to get along. Then she whispers to me, Maddie is being so nice. I bet she's only doing it because her mom warned her or something. I want to say, and that's okay with you? She's being forced to be your friend for a day instead, I shrug. We're almost there, Daniela says. We still have 2 flights to go, but we are close enough to read the warning sign. 4 people ride in 1 tube, Jennifer points out. We can go together. She still has her back to me. But we're 5 people, Wendy says. Maddie, Daniela, and I will go together, and you go with Lucy. She's your buddy. But if Lucy and I go together, then we are going to have to ride with them. With her thumb, she points to the father and the son in line behind us. I don't want to go with strangers. As we travel up the next flight, they debate who should ride with whom. Wendy's the only one who thinks 4 is the wrong answer. I don't say anything. I'll go with Lucy, Wendy says, but Maddie makes a pouty face. It's your birthday. I want to go on the first ride with you. We used to ride carousels together. It's like tradition. Wendy bites her lip like she can't decide. You don't care, do you, Lucy? Maddie finally asks. I'll promise we'll wait for you at the bottom. I shrug. Really? Wendy asks. We are next in line. We'll take turns, Jennifer says. Next time someone else will ride alone. I don't think she's volunteering. I watch as the 4 friends get into a clover-leaf-shaped inner tube. Wendy waves goodbye at me as the guy working the ride pushes them into the dark tunnel. The echo of their laughs, screams last long after they've disappeared. How many? Asks the guy, holding the next empty tube. I hold up 1 finger. He points to the spot and asks the man behind me the same question. I don't move. The father and son climb in, followed by a lady who's wearing a long shorts and a t-shirt instead of a bathing suit. Come on, the employee says. You're holding up the line. I'm not ready. When the light on the wall changes to green, he sends the tube toward the tunnel. The next group is 4 teenage guys. They get in without hesitation. The light changes, the ride starts. I watch another group of 4, and then 2 doubles, and another set of doubles, another group of 4. When a group of 3 steps up, a mom and her 2 daughters, who are barely 48 inches tall, the worker gives me a choice. Get on this ride or go back down the stairs. You can't stand here. It's against the rules. I take a step toward the stairs. I don't want to push past all the wet people, rubbing skin to wet skin. It'll be okay, sweetie, the woman says. We went on it earlier. It's not that scary, says the girl with pigtails. I step into the water and lower myself into one of the seats. I stand up, sit. I stand up. Come on, the guy yells. I sit for the 3rd time, and the stupid jerk probably thinks it's because he yelled. I don't want to hold the plastic handles, but when he pushes us into the dark tunnel, I grab on and close my eyes. The ride is fast and kind of fun. I got water up my nose, and I scream louder than I ever have in my life. I imagine that the loops and twists are perfectly calculated equations. I'm writing math. As I step out of the bottom of the ride, I dunk my hands into the ankle-high water, hoping to clean off the germs. That wasn't so bad, was it? The woman asks. It's kind of awesome, I admit. She waves goodbye, and I look around for my buddy and the 3 group. They're gone.